good evening, good morning to wherever you are in this great world we are in. We are in Shibonk world, Shibonk community, our 702 AMA. I want to change it up a little differently. I'm just reading a few quotes from one quote in particular that I'm going to bring at the end of this conversation. But the first one is from, everybody knows who Vlad Crypto is. He's a big influencer, and he has a couple of quotes that came out 4 days ago, and I want to read them. And it's important because I want it to kind of resonate with the Shibonk community. Last time my portfolio value was 60% down last year from BTC, all-time high at 29K. I didn't sell. Then we hit an all-time high of nearly 70K. If you can't handle emotions or invest what you can't emotionally control moving either way short-term, crypto is not for you. The way the way goes down must go up, and beyond methods hasn't failed Bitcoiners in the past. 80% of people lose because they sell in fear. 20% make life-changing or very substantial gains holding historically. It's very important because right now, the reason why the market's gone haywire has nothing to do with the Shibonk brand. It has nothing to do with the Shibonk community. It has nothing to do with the meme generation that we're driving out of the park. It is geopolitical. So in essence, the fact that we're still at 1 million is extremely bullish. There are tokens, I was speaking with Breadcrumb before, that have gone down 80, 90%. And those things went up like that, absolutely like a catapult when they went up over time. I don't think we're going to have a long extended period of time. We have too much content. We have too much vision. We have too many people driving our bus, so to speak. And the last quote I want to say is that I was telling Breadcrumb, there's a term, a rising tide lifts all boats. The fact that our market cap globally is 1.7 trillion or 1.8 trillion, imagine when 4 to 5 trillion new dollars is sunk into the market. We are seeing the largest single distribution from baby boomers down to their children, wealth distribution in our history of our life. To be in this space and to be in such a great community with such a great based community of our leadership is exactly where you want to be. And we know that we want to make people feel like we're talking to you. We don't want you to feel like you're in the dark. We don't want you to feel like you're being left out. We want this to be absolutely for you to go home after this call and say, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be all right. On that note, I'd like to bring Breadcrumb to the stage. Breadcrumb, the floor is yours. How you doing, man?
Hey, thank you for that whole spew about how this whole crypto market influx and what's actually going on is not actually Shibonk's fault, right? It's something out of our control. I think you just hit that on the dot. But yeah, thank you all for being here, taking time out of your busy lives just to listen to us speak. We got a ton of questions this week that mostly we're all saying the same general question. What is going on with this NFT game? The NFT game is going great. We have finished the code, we're working on the website, working on all the assets of the NFTs. But the thing about this game is a lot of these games have liquidity kind of loopholes that people can take advantage of, exploitations, I guess you can say. And we're trying to fix these loopholes and come up with a whole new tokenomics to the game. So for example, to create liquidity, we would sell, when people sell the NFTs on the secondary market, we would take some royalty, put that into the liquidity pool, and we can actually pay out these APRs, for example. We have like a lot of ideas and we're just brainstorming them. We have another idea of creating central DAOs that people and all of our community members can kind of allocate funds towards a treasury or whatnot. Just a bunch of decisions that we have to make regarding the tokenomics. So a lot of your questions were, what are the tokenomics of the game? I can't actually definitively tell you because we are changing them. Well, they're being changed all the time. So it's going well. The game is progressing, but we do not want to create something and give it to our community that is not sustainable. Right, so we got to fix these liquidity issues, and then it'll be rolled out in a way that we can do that. Also, we got a lot of questions regarding exchanges, in particular SafeMoon. Yeah, obviously we realize that people can't be using PancakeSwap. It's very hard for the average, even crypto investor, right, to just connect your wallet, connect on Binance Smart Chain, whatnot. All of that's a little bit hard, but the good thing about this NFT game is they run on decentralized exchanges. So the people that we will be bringing in, the new community, they will already know how to invest in Shibonk through PancakeSwap because they're in stuff like Trader Joe. They already know how to connect their wallets to the different networks and whatnot. So that's kind of a good positive with the community that we're targeting with these NFT games. In particular, you guys asked a lot about SafeMoon. Yeah, we obviously want to get on new exchanges, and SafeMoon is definitely something in the books. But we are very busy on this NFT game right now, and I will say that when our volume goes up a bit more, it'll be a lot easier to get on exchanges. The way that I look at Shibonk right now is it's like a pop shot with like guns. When you shoot the gun and your bullet doesn't go off because of whatnot, you just have to wait it out maybe a minute and then that bullet will pop, but it's gonna go, right? And that's exactly what Shibonk is. It's just a matter of time before Crypto Junkies comes out. All of these commercials start getting viral. All our content, people start getting noticed. It's just a matter of time before all this starts to come into play. And yeah, and that's about all the questions for this week. I would like to hand the floor back to Proper, and maybe he can introduce some of our new board members that have been here. Thank you.
Yeah, and at the end, I mean, I was talking with Breckman before, and I honestly think that the memes are going to, when the market comes back, I think memes are going to be absolutely extremely desirable because people are going to want to say, hey, I want to be part of that meme token engine again. I want to be a part of that. I missed it. I missed it with Shiba. I missed it with Doge token. I missed it with SafeMoon. I missed it with all these guys. And now I'm at a point where I can DCA myself at a proper leverage now where I can put $1,000 into a project like Shibonk and it can 10x and I can make enough money so I can go take my girlfriend to Europe. I mean, that's something that is absolutely achievable. And that is the vehicle that we have present right now. I'd like to bring to the stage Ray, who I believe is one of our board members. And this is the first time I'm actually speaking to Ray. And good afternoon for where you are, Ray. And the floor is yours, man.
Oh, thank you very much, Proper. I'm so excited to be here. It's such an amazing time for everyone in the crypto world. I guess I'll let you know a little bit about myself. I guess my main history is I would take companies public, shell companies. We would develop them from scratch and develop them to the stock exchanges, and then we would essentially be taken over by reverse mergers. So that was some pretty exciting times. We also ran exploration companies and also took exploration for mining resources, and also took those companies public. So I have a lot of background bringing companies public, and got into crypto about 6 or 7 years ago in the old ICO stages. I'm sure some people can remember those crazy times when we were all fighting to get into those ICOs, it was wild times. So anyways, I guess about a year ago or so, these memes started popping up, and I honestly thought it was a bit of a joke. I thought, you know what, I'm a blue chip investor, and I thought, what are these things? They're crazy. What a waste of money. But then I started, they started getting some traction, and I started, investigating them a bit more, and then researched Shibonk, and I thought, it was kind of catchy. And I missed, Proper, like you said, I missed out on the initial memes, and did some research, and I thought, wow, here's a company with a catchy name, and they actually have a plan. So invested in them, and then ended up inquiring about a few things, and then here I am. I ended up being on the board, and Ron's on the board, and we have a wealth of information, and all free of charge, by the way. We could be consulting on the side, but we're doing it all for the Shibonk army, And we're not the only ones that there's a whole team in the background working hard. If people knew how many people were volunteering, I think they'd be quite amazed. You know, it's quite the community. It's astonishing, and it doesn't matter if you have one share or a trillion shares or 10 trillion. You know what? We all have the same bat to swing, and so you know, if everyone contributes, this is going to be you know, like the market cap being, you know, a $1 million market cap for a company like this it's actually laughable. I mean, it is actually laughable when you look at the partnerships that are developing. Not many other meme coins, you know, have this much to offer this quickly. You know, people are wondering what's going on, and look at how much we've accomplished just in a few months. And so it's pretty exciting, and I think people are going to be very pleased to see what's happening in the future with Shibonk. I'll hand it back to you, Proper.
Yeah, it's great, great hearing your perspective and your experience, and you have much more experience than the average person, and that hopefully radiates throughout our group. I want to mention a lot of people selling now. I mean, they haven't seen 4 or 5 years ago. They haven't seen 4 or 5 years ago. And the guys, if you follow the big Twitter guys, you know, these big Twitter dudes, they're the ones now buying because they know, hey, that the market will come back. When I sold my all my tokens back in 2018, I didn't think the market was coming back because I was only in it for a year and a half. Now I'm almost 5 years, almost getting into this. I understand the cycles. I understand how it works. And I want to get involved in a project where I want to be at 1 million market cap or 1.5 million market cap or 2 million market cap, because that's where I'm going to make exponential wealth. I can't make it in the Safe Moon at a freaking $800 million market cap, because it has to double for me to make $1,000 if I invest $1,000. So I'm extremely excited to kind of help anyone in this group walk you off the ledge if it comes to what's going on, because the market conditions, this is for the course. What's happening now geopolitically is affecting everybody. But if you have a big bag of money, this is where you strike. This is where you absolutely double down on projects with conviction, especially if they have a pipeline. You know, what's going on in their pipeline, what's going to be, what their quarter looks like, what games, what's going to be in the future. I want to bring our boy Ron to the stage if he's around. Ron, how you doing, man?
What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Can you hear me? You good?
Yep, I can hear you.
Gotcha. So, yeah, I mean, everybody knows. We're out here in LA and we're, producing some of the content. But I guess I wanted to chime in more on I guess the Yoshi missing thing, and I want to discuss it as more of an entrepreneur and a community member. When I invest into a company, I don't invest in a company for one person. When I looked at the project, week one, and I saw, Yoshi, the dev team, and I thought that was, okay, that's one part of this project. But once I started diving in a little deeper and I saw the BonkWars, and I saw that, Brad owns BonkWars.com and Shibonks, the history of Shiba Inu going into Shibonk, to me, it just made sense. I've been investing since after that week one. I'm probably one of the largest holders in the group. And we not only invest our own money, I'm putting partners of mine that are investing a lot of money. We also have, we've invested our time, our resources, and we're doing any and everything we can to see through this vision. So me as an investor, I would never invest in a company if one person, was there to lead the charge, because what if that person gets hit by a bus? And now all of our investments and, everything we've done is just gone. So knowing that we had a community that's infectious like this, and everybody in the community was like going crazy on the all-time high back in the day when we had that, when the community was like hitting Twitter, hitting Reddit, that to me was what I was investing in more than a person or just the bonk war. I was investing in shit. There's a bunch of community members here that fight harder than me. So that's kind of what I jumped on board for, and I continue to jump on board for that. So if somebody is sick and they're not able to, deliver, I got to come in and help Brad as much as I can to carry the weight. Proper's doing it. I'm doing it. Tiff's doing it. Alex is doing it. There's a whole bunch of us that are just keeping the momentum going, whether it be buying more tokens or going and upvoting somebody's Reddit post or someone's Twitter post. So that's where I feel that, we're going to win. The community will win no matter what, as long as we all stick together and all this dumb shit about, you guys, get some TV ads. They don't even have a clue what it costs to do that. Of course I can get us on TV, but if you ain't got $500,000 and 10 spots, lined up, you're not going to get nowhere. And then once we have the ad go, who knows how to go to PancakeSwap? Who knows how to go to MetaMask and actually buy the product and understand the product? It's, we're a few months away from something like that happening. But what we're doing is we're doing everything we can to catapult this project, into the moon and try to get these exchanges going, and talking to Brett, giving him, insight on how we can get, certain exchanges or, just partnerships. The Pixel partnership was amazing. Getting someone to come on and throw us on coin of the week and possibly coin of the month. We picked up like 15 holders from that. And, if we could keep that momentum going and stay focused with that, I'm not worried one bit. So that's my 2 cents, and I pass it on back to Proper. And any other questions you guys have, you could DM me.
Hey, yeah, sorry to interrupt, but just to clarify everything with Yoshi, I have personally reached out to many of his Shiba Inu contacts. I've personally reached out to them. They've responded, and I've clarified and solidified that we still have those partnerships intact right with Shibarium. So as long as even though Yoshi's gone, he's already done everything that he needs to do to help Shibonk kind of get in with the Shiba ecosystem. Plus, just taking into a fact that we are a derivative of Shiba and they want us in their ecosystem to begin with, it's all looking very, very good in the future. And with that, I'd like to hand it back to Proper.
Yeah, and just to chime in on that, Brad, he's not gone, guys. Brad and him have contact still. If there's questions or if there is some kind of tie-in that we need, he's there. He just can't commit daily on his phone, to Shibonk and to the community right now. But he's not gone. A couple times he's left for a couple weeks and then he popped back. Hey guys, I'm back. What else do you guys need? And they've been discussing possibilities and partnerships, just behind the scenes and not, in the community chat.
Now, I just want to make it very clear that most coins, if you look at all the coins, everyone's in the 100 coins. Let's say they're in 30 coins. Let's say they're in 12 coins. Let's say they're in how many coins? Most people don't do this full time. I'm in like many tokens, and they all ask, where's this? Where's that? Where's this? You invest in projects when you have access to the leadership, to the dev, to the mods, to this, to that. I want that crystal clear communication with my investment. And that's why we're going to get more and more investors in the Shibonk, because people want that. That is right now in a market like this. I want to know guys are available and accessible. That is really why people invest in projects. I want to know what my money's going to do. But if I know I'm actually going to speak to the guys that are moving the chess pieces on the board, you should feel a lot more comfortable when you go to sleep, knowing that they're not in this to fail. People don't start projects and have the amount of content and brand out there to fail. This is not what they want. I don't want to fail. I got whatever. I want to get more trillions of this stuff because I know eventually, because, all, as the quote I mentioned at the beginning of this call, which is absolutely true, all tides raise boats. All of us are really fucking early. And anybody can reach out to me in proper ROI in Telegram, and I'll explain it to them. You are so early. You've got a project that is driving content, and there are things behind the scenes legally you can't talk about, and that's where I want my money. If this is a startup, those are the kind of mechanisms I want. Is there anybody else I'm dragging up to the floor there, Brad?
No, I think that's everyone.
Can I
All
say
right,
something, Bradley?
Yeah, man.
Oh, yep.
Okay, sorry to interrupt. Yeah, first, you know what, Proper, you're so right. This is in the initial stages. I mean, we are ground floor still, and there is. I mean, we haven't even touched upon the BonkWars and stuff really. I mean, there is so much stuff going on behind the scenes, and Ron's company is essential for our progress. And the way Shibonk is moving the pieces for us to be successful, it just boggles my mind, what this company can become in a short period of time. I mean, people talk about going to the moon. I say, you know what, you're an underachiever. I don't even look at the moon anymore with Shibonk. We're going past the moon. That's for underachievers. Seriously, we have so much to offer. And when people find out, and ideas, everyone's popping up in the chat. Let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do that. Well, you know what? We love the ideas, but essentially the ideas are cheap. It's to execute them which are difficult. And no matter, that's why it's so essential for even for everyone to go into each voting section. You go into the Telegram, you get your list. You go into the CoinGecko, you go into Twitter, you get into the Discord, and all those votes mean so much. And now we're going to be promoting actual video commercials. And this community is, I'll tell you, it's astounding. We had 2 members write some songs this week. Was it this week? The songs were amazing, unbelievable. I don't know if everyone's heard those songs, but shit, you could hear that stuff on the radio. I mean, I was blown away. This community it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing, and it's actually a privilege to be an investor. I'm privileged to be an investor in Shibonk. I got to tell you. Back to you, Proper.
We've only got like 1,700 people in our chat room. Imagine when we get 10,000. Imagine when we basically put the fear of God into people and say, hey, it's okay to be micromanaged for the rest of your life. It's okay to make minimum wage. It's okay to sell tokens that are at 1 million market cap that were 10 million at one point. It's okay. We're okay with that. When I shill Raymond and all you guys, I don't need to beg people. I put the content out, and like what you said before, Raymond, is very simple. Ideas are free. They don't cost a lot of money. And Shibonk is an idea. It's an idea for you to get into something which has got absolute incredible, development and content that's being absolutely driven out of the park, and to be a part of something and go, all I have to do is, send a few tweets out and do a few votes, and then get everyone in our community to do that, and we'll be trending on Twitter, and then we'll become a big brand. Because guess what? As I've told our friend there, Breadcrumb, there's going to be Turtle Bonk, there's going to be there's going to be Elon Bonk, there's going to be Baseball Bonk, there's going to be Watch Bonk, there's going to be Staple Bonk. They're all coming, and it's predicated on Dodge Bonk and us. And once we get to the moon, everyone's going to go, well, fuck, we got to do what they did.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, Matt, floor is yours.
Okay. I wanted to give a shout out to the community. Every day that I come on here and I see everybody hyping up, shilling, it just makes me want to work harder for y'all. And I appreciate coming on here and seeing the devs active. Brad, you're awesome. Ron, I love your content. And I just appreciate all the time and effort that you put into this project. And, you know, I got to give a shout out to a couple community members, Cosmo Bonk, Bonkers, BZ Baggins, Mickey, Mike, SB, he was on here, but you guys are awesome and you really keep the community growing and you keep me committed. So I just wanted to thank you all and thank you all for your time. We're all early, and because of that, you know, we have to work a little bit harder, but in the end, our investment pays off the biggest, you know, and maybe next year 1 billion tokens are going to be worth, you know, I don't know, I'm hoping $1,000 for 1 billion tokens, but that's just what I believe in at this point. So I wanted to thank you all, and proper thank you to you guys are all awesome.
Great. It's nice to hear your voice in the main chat here. You should not be a stranger. You should pop in here because your content and your infectious attitude is something that we should all rub off on. If we can get some Tiffany, a bottle of Tiffany that I can take a shower with and get that going, I will sell it to everybody because the world needs a lot of Tiffany now, man.
Tiff, a rock star, bro. Since the beginning, since day one, she's been a rock star.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm committed to you guys, so just keep it up.
Yeah. So on that note, you want to put the wrap on this, or do you want to answer a few more questions there, Breadcrumb?
I'm good. I'm good to go.
All right. Well, listen, on that note, we want to do this in about a half an hour time because that's basically, you know, everybody's got ADD and they don't want to be on there for too long. We'd like to thank everybody on this chat. I hope we really galvanized and it really incentivized all you guys, knowing that the market is awful. Don't look at the chart. Go home, play with your kids, play Pac-Man, play Donkey Kong, play something on TV or watch something on TV. Don't look at the chart because you're going to go into therapy at some point, and we don't need that. We want you to be ready, hungry, willing, and driven when we start to really drive the bus hard on this. And we really want to thank you all for being here tonight. And next week, I think we're going to do another one at AMA at 7 o'clock, Brad?
Yeah, exactly. Every week, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Thursday.
So, yeah. So there's an old, and I'm in Canada, right? And there used to be a book called The Yellow Pages where you could reach out and touch someone. Always remember that. You can always reach out and touch us, huh?
You're supposed to laugh at that. Ha ha ha.
All right, guys. Nice chatting.
Good night from Shibonk World Headquarters, man.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks a lot, Raymond.